at some point, you are going to sit down with a sales manager or business owner, and they're going to look at you and they're going to go, salesperson, I think you've peaked. Why do they do that, and why does it matter? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Kaanapali, Maui on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people have misguided beliefs about what is going to motivate another person. And sometimes people are just jerks. And you know, there's been times in my life where I've had coaches that have come to me and they've said stuff like, I don't think you're good enough. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to push buttons. And what they're trying to do is trying to get me to go, oh yeah, I'm going to prove it to you, right? But for some people, that's not how they get momentum in their life, and that's not how they work. And so every once in a while, you're going to get a misguided business owner, you're going to get a misguided manager who's going to think that that button is going to be the thing that's going to get you to snap into it and close some deals. And you know, this is like somebody who believes in one-size-fits-all solutions. This is typically a person who thinks like, oh, this is the perfect solution for me, and this is the way that I would want to do it. And they don't understand, because like not all business owners and not all managers have had to go through sales processes. They look at stuff and they're like, you're just a sales guy. Go out there and sell the junk. Go out there, sell the goods. Go out there, sell the widget. Go out there, right? They don't have any belief in you. All they're worried about is like, how do I hit my numbers? How do I look good? And they think they're motivating you, but at the end of the day, probably not, right? If somebody came to me and said, hey, I don't think you're good enough. I've studied enough sales training to know, and I've seen through enough mastery to know that they're trying to get you to snap back and go, I'm the best, I'm willing to put stuff in, I'm willing to put the time, I'm willing to put the effort, I'm willing to put the energy, but it's misguided. Because like you think like, hey, I've got trust for this person, I've worked with them, I worked side by side, elbow to elbow, you know, I thought everything was gonna be all good, I thought we were friends, I thought we, like whatever word you wanna use, okay? I'm using a lot of just different, you know, ways to hopefully get you to catch on here. So sometimes they'll come to you and they'll say like, hey, I don't think you're good enough. And sometimes, this is a dangerous thing, sometimes they mean it. And you know, here's the thing, if you work for a company and they come to you and they say, hey, I don't think you're good enough, and they mean it, it's time for you to move on. That means that person probably doesn't have respect for you, they probably have contempt or disgust for you, and there's like, no matter how hard you try to peg that needle to go the opposite direction, sometimes it's just not gonna happen, right? So if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey Scott, I don't like you, like you're thinking like, I don't wanna work here, I don't wanna do business with you, you know, sometimes business isn't about the world of like, but like, come on, you know, if that's the way that you're gonna treat me, I'm out. So pay attention. Like sometimes people are trying to push your buttons to make you be better, and sometimes it's true. Sometimes they don't think that you have the skills, the talents, the capabilities. When I was a sales manager, I had to let people go because they didn't have the sales skills and the capabilities. While they had the ability to complain, they had the ability to, you know, hey, this is not fair. This is like, you fill in the blank. Happens a lot. Sometimes the company means it. Sometimes they're trying to push your buttons, but you got to figure it out. And like really at the end of the day, do you want to work for somebody who can't come to you and say, hey, look, what kind of help do you need to close more deals versus I don't think you're good enough, right? That's what, like what are we playing sports here? Come on, a football, high school football coach? There you go. Got one thing to do from here's one thing. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. This is Scott Bell Consultant sent another fantastic video, probably from a really cool location. Today, right now, I'm standing in Maui. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.